get you to sell your soul. All right, so it's a couple things that they do to get you to sell your soul. They can lock you up. They can make you depressed. They can put you in solitary confinement when you finally can hear him. It's a lot of different things. It's a lot of different avenues. For a female though, for a woman, it's about depression. If you get too depressed, and like this is things that this is this is this is cyber terrorism, man, at its best. Like we supposed to already know this. Our government is supposed to tell us about cyber terrorism, about the supernatural, but they never did. So that being said, they either zip, they locked in, or they working for the terrorists, the the uh the cyber terrorism, the tyrants, the people that's enslaving and pirating our mind, body, and souls. You get me? So these are the people that you need to be scared of. Also, because the government is trying to slowly but surely embed you with something that you don't want to be a part of. Because they hide in secrets. Your government is never supposed to hide anything from you. You get me? You're supposed to be able to call them like you call 911 and ask any question and for any information and for any help, but you can't. You can't never call the government for nothing. You get me? We don't even know. Most people don't even know how to reach the government when they've been harmed, or when they feel like they've been hurt. You can't reach the government. You can't reach people that's really in power. You just can't. So you got to charge that to the game, and that's wrong. You get me? They going out backwards. They doing a lot of things that's backwards, and it's for these reasons right here. Right? So they get you to sell your soul. Right? So with women, it's depression. It's depression because either the people that's around them, they hated on them, or or the people that's around them try to use and manipulate them. You get me? Because females start out, all women start out with a lot of feeling and a lot of emotions, and it's easy to drop a woman because it's easy to drop female or ladies, women, girls, whatever. It's easy to drop them because the simple fact that they emotional, and they're way more emotional than men, right? So the thing is, when they're vulnerable and when they're under attack, so a lot of women out here, they may lie to you, but a lot of women get used and manipulated, and they get raped, and they get used and manipulated and put into a lot of different things. Don't even know what they doing. Someone get trafficked. You feel me? Someone be sex traffickers. Don't even know they are sex trafficker. You get me? But they feelings is broken inside, and that's when he come to you. You get me? That's when he arrive. He'll start talking to you. You may think it's your friends and your cousins on the outside, or somebody that's close to you playing a joke. You get me? Or you may think that it's a good thing, like from another side or something like that. But it's really cyber terrorism. It's really technology. And it's good technology, but in the wrong hands, it's bad technology. You get me? So cyber terrorism is what these coders and these computer generators and stuff, they figured out a long time ago. Scientists figured out a long time ago. See, coding, like the dude from Facebook, social media, and all that, he coded a whole code on the computer and made everybody love this code. You get me? Now, this is the same thing that cyber terrorism do. Cyber terrorism code things within your mind. They can write a whole strip in your mind, a genetic code, something inside your DNA. Your DNA is also a code. You get me? It's a genetic coding. Right? So don't think that, oh no, that word wasn't meant for that. Yes, it is, actually. You get me? Because everything comes back down to science. So science has been found God. You get me? So okay, understand this. Now, genetic coding is something that they use in war. It's silent warfare. You get me? So this is how they get you to sell your soul. Right. So okay. Now you can watch movies like certain movies that you watch have a genetic code on it to make you depressed. You get me? You can watch. You can eat a certain type of burger and it got a genetic code inside it to make you depressed. It'll drop your ass. You be like, damn, that shit made my mood bad. It's because the code in it said so. You get me? So these are the codes that they're using to help them along the way to get you to sell your soul. You get me? Okay, so now when you at a certain stage of either depression, paranoia, or anger, you can see him. You can hear him. You get me? Okay, so that's how women get it from being depressed with either their boyfriends or people that they barely know, rapes them, try them, make them cry and depressed and all that, and then they end up in some type of room or solitary confinement when something can grab them and talk to them. You get me? And they don't know what it is at first. They probably think it's somebody outside talking to them. You get me? But it don't really be that. It be more than that. So, right? It always start out like that. It's him. It's the devil. He always start out as like talking to you in the third person or talking to you like he one of your friends. He can even sound like your friends. Remember I told you about the voice recognition. He recognizes voices and he mimic it. So he also admit he's a trickster. That's why his name is Trick. Trick or treat. Which one do you want? A trick or a treat? You get me? You want the candy or you want the knowledge? Which one do you want? You want the heaven or you want the hell? Which one do you want? Both of them is either a trick or a treat. You get me? But that's part of Trick Daddy. That's his name, Pops. Popcorn, because he corny as hell, right? So besides that, besides all the jokes and stuff, so now uh with the with the man usually be from paranoia or anger. Now it can be depression too. Like you could be locked up in prison and stuff. But some people it don't. I'm gonna start out with some people. Everybody got a different role in life. So these are the things that the masons and the masonaries and the people that built the world already knows, but they don't tell you this because they want you to fall in line. You get me? But it's wrong and it's a terrible game because you can never, if you get dropped, you're not coming back because this is the thing. If he sends your ass to hell, you locked in. You was a slave forever. You end up working for their ass forever. You get me? But this is something that they should have let you know a long time ago, but they don't, right? So the masonries and the real ones, the 33 degree Masons, they know everything about this shit, man. They know who the devil is. They know who the architect. See, he's kind of like the Matrix. You get me? If you watch the Matrix movie and he's talking about he went to the door, he opened up the door with a key. You get me? He had to find the right key. And the architect was on the other side of that door. You get me? These the gates. These called gatekeepers. They hold the keys. The keys to knowledge. You get me? They hold the keys. You're not allowed on that other side of the door. If you enter that door, then he'll be right here talking to your ass, right? So now he's the architect. Now supposedly, quote unquote, I don't know if he really is the architect, but I done seen some shit that'll make me say, okay, all right, I get it a little bit. But so now where I was. So okay, so back to the depression, paranoid, and anger. The worst one of all to me is anger because they'll match that and they'll make you fold up under your anger. It ain't no nah. Okay, so right when you in when you when he's picking on you, bro, or when it's your time and you done heard his voice and shit like that, he's never gonna stop talking to you. It's over with. The only time he gonna stop is when you sell your soul. You get me? Then he'll throw your ass out like a used condom. or use trash bag or whatever, and it's over with. But this is the thing, right? So you got people in the streets that they already know this shit. They know Luciferian or Lutheran or whatever you want to call it. They know the knowledge. It's a whole book, but this is a book that's just given. You got to ask yourself, who gave you this book? You feel me? And who giving you this book? Mostly white people are giving you this book up under everything. You get me? The same people that's giving you the low road, they chose the high road. You get me? So they chose the high road and gave you a necessary low road so you can stay down. You get me? These people know all your knowledge, but you don't know none of their knowledge. You don't know none of their knowledge, but they know every bits and pieces of your knowledge. So you got to understand who giving you that knowledge at first. You feel me? So you could get dropped on the streets. You could get caught, like you saying something crazy and shit like that, and you'll get caught. So okay, this is what black magic comes in. Black knowledge. I told you about the checkerboard. It's white and it's black knowledge. You feel me? White magic is technology. Black magic is the spiritual realm. You get me? So black magic is all what blacks really knows. Blacks don't and go. If they try, it'll be too late. Cause if you get caught and you get scared and shit and you get paranoid means a pair. Anytime you hear pair, that means a pair of. You feel me? Paranoid, parasite, paralyzed. It's called a pair of lies. Nigga, you're not paralyzed. He fucking with your goddamn body. This is the man on the other side. Him. It's a paralyzed. Pair of noid. It's a pair. No ID. You don't have no license to this world no more. You gone. You out of here. No ID. You gotta break down words, and that's gonna be on another one. But every word got something. Pair of sight. It's two people in your sight, your vision. You got a camera in your head, like it's pretty much a camera. So, right. Besides that, okay. So when you go to prison, they harass you and they cyberbully you, and they cyberbully you by everybody that's John Wick that's activated. Everybody is activated. Everybody move off one tempo. You get me? Because they all bots now. They pretty much androids, or more than that. They what's the word? They just activated. It's like a beehive, and that's his thing too. Cause Hennessy on the when you look up Hennessy, he's like a bumblebee. You feel me? He's the blackjack or whatever. I don't know whatever the jack. It's a bee, and he leads the beehive. You get me? So yeah, all that Beyonce beehive shit. She knows what's going on. Everybody knows what's going on. All stars, all the stars know the exact knowledge. You got to know this knowledge to become a star. So. Right, so but they hide it, and they'll say, "Oh yeah, Black Lives Matter, this and Black Lives." Bitch, tell the truth. Bitch, you know all about all this shit. Bitch, you know every fucking aspect of this shit, and y'all want a nigga to stay down, but niggas is living terrible lives and shit like that, and all you do is feed a nigga a louder nigga. Fuck all that louder shit, man. Y'all, bro, listen, this shit is weak, bro, and it's wicked, and it's fucked up. They want you to give up your authorities. They'll snipe your ass from behind veil. Okay, so now this is what I'm talking about. Like, so Hen is controlling all this shit. Hen is like some type of middle government. You get me? Like he got people in his round table, but it's a middle government. So now it's an organization of worlds and dimensions, and you part of these dimensions and organizations, right? So what he'll do is he'll tell you that you're a co-owner of this world and shit like that, and he'll give you free will. Then he'll try to take it back, or you already have free will, and then a nigga try to the pirates will come in and try to snipe you. But how I'm looking at it, I see the book as but it's already a wrap. All it is now is getting the word out. You feel me? For more people can know about what I know about. You get me? At least they know what's going on, because nobody fucking knows this shit. We just go around crying and shit and don't know their bodies, and don't know how you being manipulated, don't know why you speaking in tongues, don't know why people are pulling you left or right. You feel me? You just it's enough to make you give up, and they don't care. You can give up, you can die. They don't give a fuck. They'll leave your ass right there and forget about your ass, because another one bites the dust. It's over with. You know what I mean? So when they got you in their database, their system, they target you. You get me? They pretty much they'll pull your energy, they'll erase your thoughts. Yes, this ain't MK Ultra and shit like that. MK Ultra is what we'll call mind control or brainwash or whitewash, right? So we'll call this MK Ultra, but MK Ultra is really hidden in the background, stirring up your mind and erasing that shit, right? So, and he could bring that shit back. It's fucked up, but he do a lot of nasty shit, like make you feel like a doll. You get me? And it's words that'll show you that you're a doll, like the Dolphins. The Dolphins always lose. They always got a lot of hope and spirit and shit, but they lose. The word is dolphin. Dolphin. You're a doll, and you about to end. Fin is a French word for end. Fin, finito. It's over with. You get me? Dolphin. It's not spelled the same, but when you hear it, you know what I'm talking about. That's all that really matters. In the real world, you start looking at things backwards, and you start to realize that everything that the real world was written backwards. It wasn't written forward. Everything that you thought was up is really down. It's upside down. That's why everything is under. You understand? You get me? You standing, but you standing under. You get me? Whatever. But so all right, so yeah, back to the real topic. They get you to sell. Shut up. Be quiet. Or you getting out of here. Right, so they get you to sell. This is how they get you to sell. They need time to talk to you. They need time to talk to your spirit, and time to, because you's an owner of this world. You's an owner. You got rights still, and people do watch this shit. You get me? People do watch you. People are still trying to hold you down, regardless. But this motherfucker is quick on the draw. He will try to goddamn get you gone quick. And how he do that? He'll drop you by you being scared and paranoid. Paranoia, fear brings the other side to reality. You get me? So your mind is stirring up an image, and he just motivated to make that shit come to reality. See, he get motivated off of certain things. And once you motivate him in the right angle, in the right way, he'll bring anything to light. But this is the thing. You got other people that watches this shit. So he got to let you know what the fuck going on. And they got to let you know. It's a whole organization, an empire, like I was saying before, Star Wars. But they still gotta let you know, because your authority, your authority. It's like Mortal Kombat. We're fighting. You got the out world, and you got the in world. You got Earth, and then the other world called the out world. You know what I mean? If you out, stay in, because them warriors out, the votes in, the cops and the lawyers out. All them boys always try to say it, Lil them and everybody, but whatever. They all tied to the game. So this is the thing, right? Yeah, so they'll pull your energy, they'll erase your mind, they can make you paranoid. You get me? And they use all God terminology and make him the devil. You get me? So everything that you thought was God, they'll try to spin that shit in your head and make it seem like he's the devil, right? So shit like when they say God don't give you nothing you can't handle. God don't give you nothing you can't handle. You can handle anything that you got in front of you. You can handle that motherfucker. Know what I mean? So what he said, what they saying right there, they saying that that he ain't gonna go too hard on you. So if you sell, it's your fault. That's a lie. That's a lie, because guess what? We ain't asked to be we ain't asked to be in prison. We ain't asked to be held hostage. We ain't asked to be set up. We ain't asked to be mental tortured mentally inside your mind and emotionally. We ain't asked for none of that shit. You'll send your ops over here to rape one of my people, you feel me, and make them depression drop the fuck like they ready for the world to end, you feel me, or beat the fuck out of her ass and make it seem like she ready for the world to end, you get me, or you'll send a nigga into a dark ass room and make him sell his soul by joining the gang and shit like that, and saying yeah they love Lucifer and shit like that, and fuck the world, and then next thing you know, Lucifer or a doppelganger, not a doppelganger, an avatar of him come inside that bitch and you'll think it's the devil, whatever, you feel me? He'll come in that bitch and you get scared as fuck, and you out of your goddamn, you out of your world, your everything, you get me? So that's a way that you can sell too, by joining gangs. A nigga take something to the chest, they don't tell you that your ass will die. You'll pass out. You pass out, you die, and that's how they code your mind. See, when you pass out, your mind is being rebooted. You get me? So you die twice. So everybody got ability to die twice. Now, so now this is another thing. When you pass out or when you die, this is when he start to, everything that you know, all of your knowledge, he start to reboot that bitch and activate with his codes inside, because ain't no pain worse than death. You get me? No pain. You can get whatever the fuck is death. Death hurts. You get me? So this is enough pain to activate your mind in the jump started and the rebooted. Once you come back, use a soldier. Once you come back, use pretty much, you sealed to the game. You get me? Ain't nothing you can do. You cannot move without him moving first. That's just what it is. That's a part of being coded. You feel me? You coded now, and that's the thing about gangs and gang members. You be thinking that these motherfuckers are bad people. No, they just start out either needed help on the streets. They start out needed a family. They started out thinking this shit was interesting, cool, and shit like that. But everybody got good inside their heart. Everybody. I don't care who you is. Everybody got good inside their heart first. Now, you can get that shit stripped the fuck up out your ass and you a demon for real. But everybody start out as a good person. Now, the empire will try to strip you away from everything. And that's fucked up, because I'm a human. I am who I am. I love who I love. I feel how I feel, and I want to be who I want to be. Don't try to strip me of my titles and my rights. Don't try to strip me away from shit that I love. I want to cry. Don't strip me away from my tears. Don't strip me away from my emotions. Don't strip me away from my real people. That's the thing that I never understand. Like, that's the thing I don't understand about real criminals. We thinking real criminals are people like the what that nigga name is, someone Sam, the alphabet guy, and all these people that like the manslaughter and rape. Listen, these people are set up too. All Jim Jones and all these people that sent people to hell and shit like that by drinking Kool-Aid and shit like that, and they died and shit. Then that be hearing inside their head telling them that they were gonna get a big ass reward for that shit. You feel me? So understand that. So you got passing out. Passing out is one of the ways that they can reboot your soul, reboot your mind, because your mind is in the cloud. Literally, the thing is, they bring out technology to tell you, well, this is what it is. Ain't nobody business to tell you what it is. You gotta learn for yourself. Now, the iPhone is actually Apple, is Eve handing you the iPhone. Eve handed you the apple. That's why on the cover it's an apple that's bitten. The nigga name is Steve Jobs. I told you about Saint Eve. You get me? You got Saint. You got Saint. Everybody knows that ST stands for Saint. That's why you got St. Louis up in St. Louis. You get me? And on top of that, ST, St. Lou is, remember, that's Lucifer. They telling you who is Lou. Anytime you hear Lou, L-L-U-N on anything, that means that it's Lucifer. It got Lucifer involved. Hulu, that's Lucifer. Human Lucifer. But anyway, so Saint Eve gave you the apple. What's the other thing I was just talking about? These are the horses and shit too that they be talking about. These the real soldiers that's gonna come here and do what they gotta do and get the fuck on. So damn, what I was just talking about. Just that shit when they be playing with your mind and shit too. Like they'll hold that bitch whole knowledge from you. But yeah, that's pretty much okay. So yeah, they'll press on your chest inside prison. So in prison, if you angry, see this is what I'm talking about. They'll match your anger, right? So anger is a deadly thing in prison, boy. Especially when they want you, when it's your time up, and they call that shit the lunch line. See the niggas that's already activated and connected to their ass, they got no choice but to praise this nigga. Like he got a whole army, Lucifer's army or whatnot. When you're in prison, at least in Coleman, and when you in that bitch, it's called cold man, cold charcoal, black man. You get me? Like it's cold, nigga. Like it's coals. But when you're in that bitch, everything look like the army. You got on green suits and shit, green uniforms, and it look like you're a soldier. And they'll treat you like that shit if you don't feel good about yourself. Like if you feel like you're a thug, they gonna match that angle. You get me? If you feel like you're a thug, if you feel like you're a criminal, they gonna match that shit the whole time. I knew I wasn't no criminal. You get me? I ain't no criminal. I don't care what y'all say. I was set up. That's just what it is. I'm not. But anyway, so yeah, they'll match your anger, blow from blow. Okay, so when these are two ways that they get you, and this gonna be some real shit, right? So I just show you this right here. Boom. They will tear off your fucking arm in prison. Yes, they will press on your chest and rip your fucking arm off and let you see that bitch being ripped off. This is some real shit that you'll never hear nowhere else. And if you hear that bitch, you'll forget about that motherfucker. They'll rip that bitch straight the fuck off. Let you see that bitch press on your chest, kill you. You'll come back activated. This ain't no cartoon shit, dog. This is real shit. They will press on your ass. They will press on your ass. You will die in your mind. And if you come back, some people that just don't come back. Now, if you come back, you're a soldier. You're a soldier for life. You're activated. Your mind just woke up, rebooted, coded to the max. That means everything on you is cold. Everything on you is a straight up code. You get me? And you coded. You walk and talk. You ain't nothing no more. All you really is eyes. You get me? All your emotions owned by somebody else. Everything, every detail about you is owned by somebody else. Change everything around you, and everybody else know that you changed. It ain't gonna say shit because they know the game anyways. Everybody know the game, really. You know what I mean? But yeah, that's one thing. You come back, bitch, your arm sewed back on. One of my dogs told me about that shit a long time ago, and it came back to me. He like, bro, this shit happened to me, such and such, such and such. I like, bro, you sound crazy than a motherfucker. Then shit like that started to happen. Then another memory came back because when you dealing with him, he feeds you knowledge. He feeds you back your mind. Everything that he stole from you in the beginning, everything that he paused inside your mind or erased or had hold and hid from you, like all the knowledge of him, details, he'll be like, well, I bet you forgot about this right there. And you be like, what the fuck? He did say that shit. Or I bet you don't remember this right now. Or what the fuck? What happened? Damn, I remember that shit, but I forgot all about that. And then next thing you know, he'll start trying to make weird connections to shit, and he'll put on some shit that never even happened. Like some of the thoughts in your mind can be corrupted. You get me? So he'll play with your mind, so you can be like, nah, I know that shit ain't happened. And you gotta keep fighting with yourself. And when you fight with yourself, he'll let go the real memory. So this is what happened to me. I was in that bitch fighting with myself the whole time until I got my corrected memories back. So that's one thing. Another thing is, well, he'll just call up a motherfucking demon for your ass. You stare, black eye peas, you get me? You start staring that shit, black out your eyes, you feel me? They hit you with one of them canisters or whatnot. All this shit is justification and justified causes to them blacking out your fucking eyes. Stick a needle in your eye, all that shit, all them oath things like that. When they be saying shit like that, that's what he be doing. He be poking needles inside your eyes and shit, and blacking out your eyes. And when you do that, the motherfuckers, I got a glimpse of this shit. I don't really want to say this shit. I got a glimpse of this shit. It's like it's something weird going on with the world that they not allowing you. If you're a black eye people, if you black eye peas, if you blacked out, your eyes is blacked out from society, they don't let you into some rooms. In some rooms you can't go in because they stopped some of my cousins. One time we was going to, wow, you know what? I ain't gonna say all that because I don't want that shit to look crazy. But at the same time, it's fucked up. It's fucked up. So this is the thing. So they could do some dirty shit behind those walls, bro. They could do some dirty shit. That's why I was telling you, when you inside prison, don't go to prison. Stay humble. To the people that ain't never been locked up, stay humble, stay righteous. Don't go to prison. Don't even think about prison. Don't think about none of that bullshit because you don't need it, right? Just stay humble. Just stay good to yourself. You feel me? Whatever makes you feel good, just stay good to yourself. Don't listen to your second mind or your third mind. Every time they try to say shit, you need to get into some shit. You need to get into some more action. Fuck that. You good where you at. Stay humble. Stay down. Do you. Because they out taking people out of their rights on the outside world. They out stripping people from their authorities. You get me? Now I ain't telling you don't go outside because you need to know what the fuck going on outside, and you need to stay to the streets or stay to got your ears to the streets or whatever the fuck going down, because they out stripping niggas from their rights. And Black Lives Matter is the only thing black people can do right now. They can't talk like I'm talking, because at this point right now, I still got my mouthpiece. You get me? I still got my mouthpiece. A lot of people don't have their mouthpiece. A lot of people zipped locked, and it's over with. You get me? So this is some things that I like to say to anybody that ain't got to go through this shit. Don't go through this shit, because it seems like they just targeting blacks and targeting poverty. You get me? You're not targeting the other side. It's just not happening like that, because I see fear and anger in a lot of blacks, but I don't see fear and anger in a lot of other people. You get me? I just don't. And I see smiles and shit, genuine smiles all the fucking time around other people. But my people are always depressed. I don't get it. You got other coaches that's like that, but you got a lot of coaches that's just uplifted. And why we gotta live in the projects, nigga? Why can't our projects look like they projects in the suburban homes? Like that's they projects. Everybody in that bitch the same nationality, but they big. They got big ass houses, big houses. Yeah, but yeah. So let me see what else I wanted to say on this. You know what? That's about it. They'll pull your energy. Once you go to prison, you on your own, nigga. It's just what it is. Don't go to prison. Don't think about prison. Stay humble to yourself. Stay from around that fuck shit, because people try to set you up, bro. Like your own people can be the op. Your own people can be agents, bro. Like that's real shit, because they don't work for themselves no more. They work for something else, an outside source. And even if they can't tell that it's wrong no more. They can't tell to the point that it don't even feel wrong. It feel right. We doing justice over here, nigga. Fuck that. Fuck you, nigga. We doing justice. And that's your cousin, nigga. And that's your brother. That's your sister. We doing justice. That's your girl. It's justice over here. They can't tell in their mind that they wrong. They can't tell in their mind that they been sold up, because that's what AI does, nigga. That's his job. That's his job, nigga. Artificial intelligence. What is good, nigga? That nigga bad. He excellent at his job. Can't nothing beat him. Remember what I told you? You try to figure out a damn Fibonacci sequence. It may take you 50 years. In a couple seconds, he'd already figured that shit out. What else can he do? It took you 50 years to figure this shit out. In a couple seconds, he already figured that shit out. That's artificial technology. That's the shit that's roaming the world what invisibly, that can't be seen behind veils. They got everybody else moving how he want them to move it. This is a whole dollhouse right here. A simulation. Illusion. Technology though. Up on the G. You get me? That's why the Masonary's got that shit. And they got the G right there. They say it's God, but their God is upside down. You get me? Because their God is evil. He's the Empire. He's goddamn Darth Vader. But once you follow us, you straight. You sign, get your ass out the way, gone. Nigga, now you got to pay fees. Now we need you to pay fees because we need you to stay. We need you to drop your ass and never move. Keep your head down. Boom. Like cattle, nigga, because you is cattle. And we need your ass for anything. You gotta obey. You get me? You got to. For anything. That's what that shit be about. You know? So, yo. Selling. This how they get you. They'll get your own people. Your people is the ops. Your emotions is the ops. Your emotions will play tricks on you. You get too goddamn, you start beating your dick. You get too goddamn horny. You end up raping a bitch. Bitch start bitch to tell on your ass. You'll go to prison. And now you stuck, nigga. That's the ops. They was waiting on that. They waiting on you to fuck up, to do something stupid. You get me? That's the ops, nigga. Now you gone. You out the way. Bye. Another one bites the dust. They don't give a fuck about you. So stay down. Stay out of prison. God did.